Good morning and happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy Trump day to the ungovernables, the captain's crew, the LFA family, McGroin Nation. We are coming to you live from the deep red state of Tennessee on rumble.com/LFA TV. Welcome to Ungoverned. Happy Wednesday. That's right. Where the hell is there it is. Got it. Thank you very much, Brennan. Brennan brought me an extra water bottle. Was already on this morning. Started early. 7 o'clock Central Time, with the great Ben Dykes on YouTube. He is awesome, a patriot in his own right. So for those of you who are coming to us here from the Ben Dykes Show, appreciate you guys and gals for being here. Appreciate you. And we'll be here. Then Michael Patrick Leahy at 11 Central, and then 3 to 6 on 1210 WPHT. This is all Eastern Time. Well, it's 11 o'clock Central Time, so I'm all over the place. But we'll be on Michael Patrick Leahy an hour after this show ends, 3 to 6 Eastern Time on 1210 WPHT. And I think we're jumping on with Zach later tonight, too. So by the end of tonight, oh, and by the way, I just put out a new thing. There's now orders coming through. Shout out. I'm not going to have a voice tomorrow. That's just the way that's going to be. I'm going to have no voice, so that's good. It's all good. It's all good things. We're having a good time. But thank you guys. Thank you guys and gals who are here. We're going to talk about that Texas primary last night. If you guys saw it, a couple of big things happened. A big shakeup happened in the Texas primaries. And I was like, what about Iran? What about what? What about Iran right now? I mean, we're still bombing them. What do you want me to say? Okay. We will touch on Iran second half of the show. I have to get into it. I was supposed to get into it yesterday. I don't think I did. I've got to get into this Supreme Court. I got into it on the radio last night. Yesterday afternoon. And the 1210 family who was listening said, we love Angry Sean, so we may have a little seatbelt a little later when we talk about this California. It's a good story, actually. It's a positive story. It's a shame that we even had to go to the Supreme Court about this story, but we will do that. Big news out of Texas yesterday. Couple things. I did not realize that Texas was a runoff state. Okay? Meaning if you don't reach 50% in a primary, the top two vote getters advance to a runoff, and somebody winds up, winning their position with over 50%, right? Because it's only a two-horse race. Someone winds up with a majority. So let me go through. Let's do this first. Which in the House races in Texas, which races advanced to a runoff? Couple of significant ones. District 9, Mueller and Kane will advance to a runoff. District 16, Bowman and Barraza will head to a runoff. District 19, Sell and I guess there's another. It says Sell 40 is advanced to a runoff. Unopposed? I don't know. Or Enriquez? I guess they'll be heading to a runoff. Herrera and Gonzalez. Brandon Herrera actually wound up getting more votes than Tony Gonzalez in this go-around, 43.3 to 41.7. They will advance to a runoff. District 30 will advance to a runoff. District 33 will advance to a runoff. District 35 will advance to a runoff. District 37 will advance to a runoff. In the state Senate election, James Talarico, he gained almost 53 percentage points, so that is enough for him to avoid the runoff. He will be the Democrat nominee. He's a creepy guy. He professes himself to be some devout Christian, but throws that name around and that distinction around like it means nothing. Apparently, he's following some women of very ill repute on Instagram.
Who is this?
The Democrat nominee for senator of Texas. One of the senators.
And Christian can't go hand in hand.
Yeah. James Talarico, 36 years old, very smarmy. As Andrew Wilkow says, his wife says he gives her the ick. So You know, there you have that. Cornyn and Ken Paxton will advance to a runoff May 26th. John Cornyn actually finished with more votes than Ken Paxton yesterday. Yes, I understand that's because of Wesley Hunt. I don't care. You want to get mad at me for saying it. Some people just are way too sensitive. Yeah. You know, I pointed out on X yesterday that because I was looking at polling going into this race, Ken Paxton underperformed. He led by 3 to 5 percentage points in every poll, and he wound up but he wound up coming in second. Doesn't matter because it goes to a runoff, but he trails by 1.2 percentage points. They're like, Paxton didn't underperform. Well, he did. He was leading in all the polling, and he didn't lead last night. He underperformed. What do you want me to say? I'm giving you the numbers. Don't whine at me because I pointed out that he was leading in polling and then didn't lead after last night. He's going to a runoff, and I believe a lot of Wesley Hunt's voters are going to cross over and will vote for Ken Paxton. I think Ken Paxton in the runoff on May 26th is going to beat John Cornyn, and I want him to. Goodness gracious. He didn't underperform? What are you talking about? Well, he did. He was leading in every poll going into the race, and last night when we actually had the primary, he didn't come out on top. So, yeah, he underperformed a little bit. That's not to say he's a bad candidate. Just he underperformed. He's got work to do. And I think he's going to be able to do that work. And notably, the Senate Leadership Fund excoriated Wesley Hunt for running, which is a dumb idea for Wesley Hunt to run. I mean, I saw him on the Will Cain show. It's fine if Will Cain wants to have him on. It's not I'm not taking a shot at Will Cain. I like Will Cain, actually. One of the few Fox hosts that I actually like, Will Cain. But, you have Wesley Hunt. He was on there and he was acting all, I'm running, I'm a Trump guy, I'm this. I'm like, dude, you have no chance, bro. When these candidates go into these races, we've dealt with a ton of them, by the way. When I was on Long Island, we dealt with a couple of them. The 2%ers, remember the 2%ers? Yeah, they had this guy and his wife hated me on Long Island and started doxing us, the 2%ers, and we're going to win, we're going to do this, they got 2% of the vote. Come on, right? You got to know, sometimes there's candidates that get in these races that just have no shot, and you can tell they have no shot, and fine, run, do what you got to do, but you're ruining it for other people. Wesley Hunt, had he not been in the race, I do believe that Ken Paxton would have won with over 50% last night. But we will see how that shakes out in the runoff. The Senate Leadership Fund, which is controlled by John Thune right now as majority leader, came out and blasted Wesley Hunt. So if I was Wesley Hunt, I would endorse Ken Paxton. And they've got about 2.5 months to go until that runoff election. So a lot can change, but I feel like that Paxton will win the runoff. I saw a lot of this on the prediction markets last night. At first, I was like, oh my goodness, John Cornyn's going to win tonight. Then I think me, along with so many other people on these prediction markets, realized Texas is a runoff state. So all of a sudden you saw like Cornyn's odds flip Paxton's odds. Like, oh my God. And then people realized, oh my goodness, it's a runoff sell. So they sold us back to the other way. So Paxton right now, still the favorite to win. I think he will win in May. But again, underperformance last night. Can he make up the ground, and will he win in May? I do think that he will win on May 26th when they go to a runoff. Governor Abbott won another nomination for the Republican Party. That's not a surprise. And a couple of big losses for some established figures. Dan Crenshaw, Jasmine Crockett. We will get to all of that in Texas. A pretty good night going to election results. So we'll take a look at all that in just a second. Before we do that, I want to get to a word from our friends over at OFP Farms. And of course, a very interesting victory last night in the Texas primaries as well. We'll get to that as well. I've got a pretty fun thing that we're going to do there. Shades of my New York upbringing, just because it's not a team that I used to root for, but a radio legend in his own right. We will pay homage to today. All right, OFPFarms.com, OFPFarms.com, OFPFarms.com. They are preparing to unveil their most exquisite box yet in honor of America's 250th birthday. You can pre-order OFP Farms America 250 box today. You already know that box has been pre-ordered by our friend Great Guy Gary in the chat, who's going to do an unboxing when he gets it, because he did that with the inauguration box. It was a huge hit. But you can get 20% off of the America 250 box today by going to ofpfarms.com and using the promo code America250. That is America250, America250 at ofpfarms.com. Or you can scan this QR code that I'm going to put on your screen. Here it is. Bottom right-hand portion, America250, or you can use that QR code right there on your screen. Kit Kat Mar said, I ordered my America 250 box. Very good. We love that. Thank you very much. Kit Kat Mar, we love Kit Kat Mar. And she does a fantastic job. I have to say that. I think that's a she. I hope it is. Kit Kat Mar says she ordered her America 250 box. As a matter of fact, I think we met Kit Kat Mar at the Ark, and that is a she. She said she loved my Nancy. She likes my Nancy. To pre-order your box, you can scan that QR code, or you can use the code America250 at ofpfarms.com. That is America250 at ofpfarms.com. If you don't want to order the box yet, that's fine, although I encourage you to do that. You can get 10% off of your entire order. You got to stock up on some of your favorites, like the Goat Kisses Lip Balm. You can use the code Sean at ofpfarms, ofpfarms.com, promo code SHAWN for 10% off of your entire order. That's ofpfarms.com, Oscar Foxtrot Papa Farms.com, ofpfarms.com, promo code SHAWN. Someone's asking, is it food? It could be food. I would not encourage you to eat the
Soap.
OFP Farms Revolution soap, although I know a bunch of people here probably want to stick this in Zach's mouth, but that's okay. Look, we got to get over the language thing, too. I'm just going to put this out there. I'm not trying to be like mean or anything, but like the country is in a fight for its life, and a couple of four-letter words doesn't change that. So I would just kindly ask, come on, all right? Come on. Worse things have been done than a few dirty words. All right. You guys know another one. We got to get to a word from our friends at Armor Colostrum. I love colostrum. This stuff is, I'm not going to, be dramatic and say it changed my life, but it's really good. It has definitely made a difference. I have enjoyed it ever since I started taking colostrum. I've noticed better gut health and a lot of good changes. So I would encourage you to check this stuff out. Tryarmor.com/LFATV. It's TRYARMRA.com/LFATV, because you guys know I'm always on the lookout for ways to strengthen my immunity and gut health, improve my fitness and metabolism, and enhance my skin and hair radiance. That is what Armor Colostrum can do for you and more. Colostrum is the first nutrition we receive in life, and it contains all the essential nutrients that our bodies need in order to thrive. Colostrum can help reactivate your hair growth. It can help your skin glow. It can help fortify your gut health and ignite your metabolism. And it can help fuel your fitness performance and recovery. Just check it out at that's TRYARMRA.com/LFATV. Get up to 30% off of your first order. That's TryArmra, TRYARMRA.com/LFATV. TryArmor.com/LFATV for up to 30% off your order. TryArmra.com/Lima, Foxtrot, Alpha, Tango, Victor. TryArmor.com/LFATV. There it is. All right. Texas Senate Primary. We talked about that. Paxton and John Cornyn. We'll dive in a little bit into that one. I want to start off with Nurse Ratched. You know Nurse Ratched. Who is Nurse Ratched, right? Nurse Ratched. Jasmine Crockett. I have to say, she's a nasty person. Jasmine Crockett yesterday lost. That's it. She's out of, what's up?
Zach put on one of his socials. Buy lashes.
Yeah, buy lashes.
Eyelashes. Yes. I thought that was so funny.
Eye patch and eyelashes are both out. Okay? Jasmine Crockett is out. That's it. She had to resign her House seat to run for Senate. She ran for Senate. She lost to this creepy, icky, gross, slimy snake, James Talarico. Folks, don't underestimate him. He has a charming message. If you're a moderate, you may say, "Oh, this is the guy I want to get with. He's a Christian, but I believe he's on the record saying that Jesus was trans."
Who said that?
James Talarico.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Not my Jesus.
Ugh.
Maybe you made one up. My Jesus is a man.
There's James Talarico. Anyway, Jasmine Crockett lost to him. A white male. Uh-oh. I hear the Jaws music playing in my head. Dun 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 dun. It's going faster and faster. There's a shark in the water. Why am I doing that? I actually have to ask myself why I was. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay. Do you hear the Jaws music in your head too? She's gonna do it at some point. Jasmine Crockett. I want her to do it today. For the first time ever in my life, I want Jasmine Crockett so badly to play the race card. Play the race card. Do it, Jasmine. You know you want to do it. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it. Shoot the lightning out of your fingers. Do it. The Democrat Party voters are racist, aren't they, Jasmine? They are. They chose a white male over a woman of color. Clutch all the pearls. Drive that race car. Drive it. Drive it. Drive that race card better than Bubba Wallace, Jussie Smollett, and the left-wing media combined. You want that job at MS Now? You want to be an honorary cast member of The View, Jasmine Crockett? You want to be the online influencer instead of being a congresswoman? You want to make a name for yourself? You want to go viral? Accuse the Democrat Party voters of being racist. Do it. They chose a white male. It's the patriarchy suppressing you and holding you down, Nurse Ratched. You have to play the race card. You must. Do it. Do it. Do it. I've never wanted to see this woman play the race card more than I want to see her do it now. Why won't you do it, Jazzy? You gotta. Because she played the cheating card last night. Does that make her an insurrectionist, domestic terrorist, election denier? I don't know what the rules are. They change day to day. But Jasmine Crockett, a young, popular, I'm not going to say articulate because, you know, this is not articulate, okay? And this is ridiculous with the eyelashes. But I will say a young, charismatic woman of color. She checks off a lot of boxes for the Democrats. She lost to a white male. That is not supposed to be allowed in the Democrat Party. So, Jazzy, Nurse Ratched, whatever I don't know, you got a street name, I don't know. Please, on behalf of everybody who wants to see you drop a big dookie in the punch bowl, please play the race card. I'm playing the race card for you. We just went through Black History Month. How dare the voters of Texas defy a young, charismatic woman of color? They are denying your progress. Am I lefting right?
The only thing you're missing is she should be trans. Maybe she's a man.
Maybe she's trans. I don't know. Play the race card. Do it. All right, here's Jasmine Crockett. A little bit of election denial last night here. I'm going to play this clip from her. I'm going to play this a clip from her concession or her watch part, whatever this was. She clearly wasn't very happy and, started making excuses. Well, the Republicans. What? The Republicans didn't do anything. They voted in their own primary. You suck. You check off all the DEI boxes and still suck. You still lost. You suck, Jazz. But please play the race card. It's there for the taking. Play it. Here we go. Here's the clip.
So that's my news, is that we're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is
Hold on. We'll go back to that. You're wrong. Wrong. We got the results. You lost. Might I remind you, Jasmine Crockett, that you lost to a white male?
Stop saying it.
You have to do it like that. That's the way to do it. When you want to highlight that white people are racist, you have to say, these white folk, yeah. You lost to the white man last night. You lost to the white man. Yeah, no. In my opinion, we ain't gonna get no election results tonight. Oh, really? Maybe you should Google that. I Googled that. I found out that you lost to the white man. Wait, here we go. Jasmine Crockett. I'm going to play this one in full. In my opinion, we ain't going to get the results. You got the results. You got smoked, lady. Here you go.
So that's my news, is that we're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is taking place in Dallas County. Unfortunately, this is what Republicans like to do. And so they specifically targeted Dallas County, and I think we all know why. So I want you to enjoy yourselves, but I won't be back tonight because I have no idea of when we're going to get results, and I fully anticipate it won't be until tomorrow. So I love y'all too. Thank you so very much for being here. Love you down. I love you down, Dallas.
All right. What does it mean, love you down?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't hear the rest of what she said.
Never heard that one before. I love you down. Love you down. Okay. Here she is in front of cameras yesterday saying that there was cheating. Cheating? Can't say that. You cannot say that. Jasmine, that is a threat to democracy. Where are my pearls? Clutch. I need something to clutch.
I have some in my Amazon cart now, just for next
Fake
time.
pearls so I can clutch them?
Yep. I just found some.
All right, good. We're going to have a new prop for the chloral, the pearl, the chloral putching.
Chloral putching.
What are we doing? What are we doing today? The pearl clutching. Ouch. I just punched myself in the throat.
You can't do that.
Just punched
this
myself.
is your job.
I just punched myself in the throat.
Oh, no.
Okay, here's Jasmine Crockett talk about cheating.
All Red has already stated, we encourage each and every one of you to remain resilient. We cannot allow this type of behavior to be rewarded, because so long as they know that they can win, even if it means cheating, then they will continue to do it. So I am asking you, I am begging you to make sure that you go ahead and figure out where it is that you are supposed to vote, stand in line, wait in line.
It was cheating, huh? Cheating. Interesting. All right. Just punched myself in the throat over this. That's how excited I am. Yeah. You see, clutch your pearls. Don't. All right. So Jasmine Crockett's out. Did you guys know? Did you hear? We only spent the last 10 minutes having fun with this situation. Jasmine Crockett's out. Gone. See ya. Bye. Bye, Lashes.
Bye, Lashes.
Bye, Felicia. See ya. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. But do not also underestimate this James Talarico guy.
Were you using the Force just then?
Yeah. Jedi mind trick. Do not underestimate my power. Do not underestimate James Talarico. This guy is a snake, but he has a smarmy, charmy way about him. He's young. There's a lot of baggage out about Ken Paxton. He's going to start on the attack. Don't underestimate this guy. Please. Look, more Democrats voted in the primary last night than Republicans. That has not happened in a long time. Long time. Granted, that's because you had two very popular candidates running with Talarico and Crockett. Okay? But folks, you're going to think I'm crazy. Maybe I'm a little crazy. He can win. He can win in this political environment. Do I think he's going to? I don't. Do I think it's possible? I do. Please don't underestimate this guy. All right? So whoever wins that Republican primary, and I think it's going to be Ken Paxton, we need all of our Texas strong Republican voters to get out and get as many people to the polls for Ken Paxton as possible in that general election. I do believe it's going to be Ken Paxton. All right. Dan Crenshaw, out.
Adios.
Adios. He didn't think that was going to happen. Guys and gals, that one wasn't even close. And good. You know what? I'm not taking anything away from Dan Crenshaw's military service. I never would do that, okay? He served our country, and the eye injury, I believe, happened as a result of combat and all of this, okay? But he's been not just squishy in the House, but he's been a jerk to his constituents. They're a complete jerk to his constituents. So here's the final results of the Dan Crenshaw race. Look at that. Not even close. He lost by about 10,000 votes. He actually lost, as if I'm right, if I look at this math here, 36,758 to 26,700. He lost by 9,999 votes. Really? Martin Etwop, you couldn't give one vote to Steve Toth and make it an even 10K. 9,999 votes. Steve Toth winds up defeating Dan Crenshaw. So Crenshaw will not be in Congress come next January. This is it. He's out. He's gone. And that's a good thing. The way he conducted himself as an elected official, there's a lot of accusations potentially of alcohol. I don't know. But sometimes, judging by the way he starts going on these rants and meltdowns on social media, I wouldn't put it past him. So Crenshaw, out! That's the shakeup, okay? It's a big shakeup. Texas Attorney General was occupied by Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton is out. He is running for Senate. He's still in the race there, but he is no longer in the running for Attorney General. Mays Middleton and Chip Roy will advance to a runoff. Roy lost the race yesterday by about 7.5 percentage points. Chip Roy, Mays Middleton will advance to a runoff. I don't know who the favorite is there. There was a Joan Huffman. She got 15% of the vote. So that will have to be divided up, and we'll see where that goes. But that runoff is May 26th. Finally, I have to point out this one. This is a fun one. We're going to have some fun, and we'll take a quick break, and then we'll get to this story out of California. We got to get to this California story today. I said I was going to get to it yesterday. I didn't. Is anybody here a baseball fan? Anybody here a baseball fan? You guys, Brennan said, no, she doesn't like baseball. She likes hockey.
I don't give a rat's behind. I do like hockey.
She's a hockey fan.
Yeah, baseball's boring to me. It's too slow.
Now, that's Chip Roy in Texas. That's the Attorney General candidate.
Owns the cookie company.
Roy. Does he? No, Chip. No, that's Chips Ahoy.
Chocolate chip.
Okay. Chip Roy, R-O-Y. But then there's the head coach of the New York Islanders. Last name is R-O-Y. But that's Waugh. That's Patrick Waugh.
He just made that up.
No.
Yes, he did.
One of the best goaltenders in NHL history. So, you guys baseball fans? Anybody ever hear of the former MLB superstar Mark Teixeira? Played for the Texas Rangers, the Atlanta Braves, the New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I think he played for the Angels for half a season. Mark Teixeira. Is Emerald's dad is a Yankee fan. Mark Teixeira, for those of you, I think I mentioned it a few times on the show. It's not a big focal point of the show. In Texas's 21st congressional district, which is formerly Chip Roy's district. Okay? See what I did there? Chip Roy, Attorney General, go to Texas 21. It all flows together beautifully. Okay? Mark Teixeira is running for Congress. And he won his primary going away yesterday. Here is the results of that race. Mark Teixeira with nearly 61% of the vote won it going away. So former MLB superstar Mark Teixeira, a very good offensive and defensive first baseman, is most likely headed to Congress. Texas 21 is an R plus 20. Right, so solid Republican. And Mark Teixeira is a very popular guy because of his sports background in Texas. He started with the Texas Rangers. So Mark Teixeira, for those of you who don't know, it's a pretty fun. This is a pretty fun video. Used to play baseball. I played for the New York Yankees. The New York Yankees had a radio announcer by the name of John Sterling, who used to have like special home run calls for every player who hit a home run. And so this is one of my all-time favorites. Mark Teixeira hits a home run in the 8th inning in August of 2009. John Sterling's call. We're going to have a little fun with this, so here you go.
And we're tied at 2. Here's Mark Teixeira. Breaking ball. Hit in the air to deep right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. No. Mark Teixeira sends a text message into the right field seats. You're on the mark, Teixeira. And Teixeira and Damon go back to back in a belly to belly. And the Yankees take an 8th inning 3-2 lead. Back-to-back home runs lift the Yankees from a 2-1 deficit to a 3-2 lead. Curtain call for Teixeira. As dramatic as anything.
So there it is, John Sterling. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. So obnoxious, but classic, right? Oh, you're on the mark, Teixeira. Mark sends a text message. I love it. He said, that's an A-bomb from A-Rod. John Sterling. And then, of course, when the Yankees win games, it's, the Yankees win. And by the way, that's what he does to create the vibrato. He shakes. If you watch him online, you'll see it. He shakes himself. He doesn't do like the whole opera singer. They do the tense body and they do it with their... No, he goes, the Yankees win. So there it is. Mark Teixeira, who you just saw in that video, hit that bomb to right field, although there's not really any bombs that go out to right field in Yankee Stadium. It's a bandbox over there, but you get the point. It's a home run. He is now going to be in Congress, which is pretty cool. Apparently very conservative. So he was endorsed by Trump. He was endorsed by Mike Johnson. And Mark Teixeira will now be headed to Congress as long as he wins the general election in November, which it looks like he's definitely going to be able to do. So there it is. You're on the mark, Teixeira. Congratulations to Mark Teixeira. I think I see some comments about Valentina Gomez. That woman is not to be trusted. Not to be trusted. She likes to say she's like anti-Muslim, but she pals around with Myron Gaines, Muslim, Andrew Tate, Muslim,
Yuck.
Sneeko, Muslim.
Yuck.
So
Those are your friends?
if you're anti-Muslim, why are you hanging out with a bunch of muzzies?
Guilt by association.
Okay. She's in it for clout. And, she made, she burned the Quran or something. How nice. I'm sure she got a stern talking to from Myron Gaines for doing that, by the way. So, listen, I'm not a huge fan of hers. I think she's basically another MTG, an attention WHORE. I'm not supposed to call women that, but, I think that's what she is. So there you go. So I don't know. I don't even know what district she was in, but I don't think she won. Right. So there you go. I don't see her at the top of any of these lists here. Gomez. Let's do it. Let's do a control F. Let's just do Gomez. Valentina Gomez lost list. Oh, she got smoked. Oh my goodness. That wasn't even close. 59.7% to 10.2. I probably could have got more votes. I don't even live there. Goodness gracious. All right. Yeah, she's out. So that's a good thing. We don't need any more sideshows. We got enough of that in the Republican Party. And hey, one thing you can look at after last night, but go on Poly Market or any of your prediction markets and look at the Thomas Massey Ed Galrain race. It's starting to get a little tight. We're starting to. You smell that? It smells like Thomas Massey sweating his balls off because he's very, very nervous about what's about to happen. Bulls. All right. Let's take a quick break. Let's get to a word from our friends at goldencrestmetals.com/LFA, and then we will go right into this Supreme Court ruling out of the Supreme Court, but dealing with California. This is a great ruling. It's a shame that we had to even have a ruling on this, that we even had to have a conversation about it. But this is a great ruling out of the Supreme Court, a big win for parental rights. First, a word. That's funny. Debbie says, he has balls? I didn't realize. Yeah, Massey, right? So here it is. A word from our friends at goldencrestmetals.com/LFA.
I'm sure by now you've heard that silver went up 160% last year, 2025. I bought this silver for $22 an ounce. It's now worth almost $100. And we and experts think that silver is going to get up to about $200 an ounce. Palladium and platinum were stuck at $900 an ounce for like over a year, or in that area. Now they're up over $2,000. Gold is approaching $5,000 an ounce. If you have ever thought about putting some or all of your retirement or nest egg or savings or just buying bullion in precious metals, now's the time to do it. goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. That's goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. Go leave your name, your email, and your phone number. Schedule a time to talk to the folks over at Golden Crest Metals. Get your free gold guide today, and make sure you tune in on Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the Crest Report, where we dive deep into precious metals, why they're doing what they're doing, and where we expect them to go. It is like insider trading. Nancy Pelosi knows about that. We don't. It's just inside information. It's not even really that. It's called knowledge. Get yours today and get a part of gold, silver, palladium, and platinum and diversify your portfolio today. goldencrestmetals.com/LFA.
goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. Thank you, Golden Crest, and thank you, Jeremy, for being a part of the show. Let's get to California, shall we? Unfortunately, we have to talk about California, but this is a big story and a big win for parental rights out of California. The Supreme Court has ruled against California's schools in what I'm going to call a landmark case. It's a big time and a very big deal. They have ruled that California's schools cannot keep students' gender transitions secret from their parents. Okay? Huge ruling. The fact that we even have to have this conversation is embarrassing as a country. But leave it to California and places like that, Democrat strongholds, that essentially, these are states that they do embarrassing things. And this is just one of them. Supreme Court on Monday blocked California's policies in schools that allow teachers to keep students' gender transition secret from their parents. The justices sided with the parents who brought the case forward 6-3. California in 2024 banned school districts from requiring that staff members notify a parent about their child's gender transition at school. A district court judge ruled in December that parents have a right to be informed of such matters. While the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals paused that order while the case proceeded, the Supreme Court vacated the appeals court's ruling. Quote, gender dysphoria is a condition that has an important bearing on a child's mental health. But when a child exhibits symptoms of gender dysphoria at school, California's policies conceal that information from parents and facilitate a degree of gender transitioning during school hours. These policies likely violate parents' rights to direct the upbringing and education of their children. You're damn right they do. If a child in school is exhibiting signs of gender dysphoria, you do not assist that child in transitioning to this quote-unquote new gender and hide that from the parents. You don't do it. That's not what school is for. School is for learning. School is for enrichment, not for indoctrination. Unfortunately, we know how the left uses education and how the left uses the public school system in this country. They believe this is exactly what school is for. It's not. If little Johnny thinks he's Jane and likes to play with Barbie dolls and the teachers see it and he's exhibiting signs of gender dysphoria, the teacher cannot start trying to transition Johnny and say, hey, you know what? Maybe you should try wearing dresses at home when nobody's listening. You don't put these ideas in that child's head. You treat the child with respect. You treat them with dignity. You treat them like you treat every other student. They are students. They're not your buddies. They're not your prodigies or proteges or anything like that. You don't further the indoctrination. Of course, this is what left-wing teachers want to do. They are preying on children. These are people, young people with very malleable and moldable minds. And these teachers, these predators, know that. Predators. Pay attention to the words I'm using. I use the term predator because these are people who are stronger than these children mentally, intellectually, and through their position of authority as the teacher, preying on a weaker person. That is what is going on. I didn't say sexual predator, so don't get it twisted. I said predator. They are behaving in predatory fashion. They see somebody who is vulnerable, who cannot defend themselves, and they are imposing their will on that person. Period. These teachers are predators. Do you hear me, teachers unions? AFT, NICET, anybody, you are predators. It's what you do. We all see it. The mask is off. So stop BSing the country. And for the love of these children, please stop preying on them. So disgusting. If you're a teacher in a public school and you see Jennifer and Jennifer thinks she's Joseph, you don't give her a chest binder and hide that from the parents. You should be thrown in jail for doing something like that. That's disgusting. These schools and the public education system in this country, I hate to say this, it's broken beyond repair. Beyond repair. The public education system in this country, metaphorically and rhetorically, needs to be razed to the ground. It needs to be dismantled, leveled, and rebuilt. There is no fixing it. There is no fixing the public education system in this country the way it is currently constructed. No fixing it. If you have the option, the capability, and the flexibility to homeschool, do it. If not, you are quite literally, you might as well send your kid into a drug den and hope he doesn't take drugs. Or she. You might as well. It's the same risk. No, you're being a little... I'm not. I really am not. I'm not. You know, you tell your kids, don't do drugs, don't do this, don't let the peer pressure, all that. Well, the teachers are doing it too, right? So that's got to be part of the message at home. Gender dysphoria is a major problem. It's a social contagion right now. And I think a lot of people who think they're quote unquote trans aren't actually trans. They're doing it as a, it's because it's the thing. It's something that kids have been taught to believe about themselves. Not to say it's not real. Gender dysphoria is absolutely real, okay? But just like we saw a massive rise in autism cases, some of those cases, not all, I think a large number, not a majority, but a large number of these new autism cases are artificially contrived by doctors so that they can stick your kid on meds. You see? Hey, your kid's got a condition. Here's some medication. It'll help him with his autism. Autism? What do you mean? He's just a little awkward around people. No, he's autistic. And they've widened the spectrum to include more people. It's like if you have any social tic, you're autistic now. That's what it is. You have that aspect of it. And you also have the fraud, right? Think about what the Somalis did in Minnesota. They came up with all sorts of autism and none of it was real. We have a story about that coming up. Yes, the vaccines, the heavy metals, the Tylenol, all that as well. But I'm going to tell you, the exponential increase from where we were with autistic children to where we are now, it is not completely organic. It's not. Some of those numbers are cooked. Some of those numbers, just like the trans thing. You're not going to tell me that, 0.3% of the population now all of a sudden is 3% of the population, and now we have all these trans people. You did not see that much of an increase of people with actual gender dysphoria, who have a chemical imbalance, who believe these things about themselves. It's a social contagion, and it's a way for doctors and the medical industry to make money. You have gender dysphoria. You must take this drug. You have autism. You must take that drug. You have ADHD. You must take that drug. You suffer from migraines. You must take that drug. You must get Botox. You're fat. You must take this drug. You know, there's a lot of the doctors will look for any excuse to throw a pill at you every time. Every time. And so I believe in the autism case, you're seeing the same thing. You're also looking for it more, right? You're looking for the diagnosis. You're looking for what's wrong with me, right? So while I agree, and I think there is a problem, there are more autistic, there is a higher percentage of autistic kids now because of the exposure to vaccines at an early age, because of Tylenol. The massive increase that we see is not organic. And I don't think those are the real numbers. I think the number of truly autistic people in this country are much lower than what we're being told. But the reason why we're being told it's so high is take your kid to the doctor, right? Get him tested for autism. You know what's going to happen. They're going to find out that your child is autistic, and then they're going to start saying, well, here's medicine that can help, and here's this, and here's that, and here's that. They did this with ADHD 20 years ago. ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. You know, most kids are hyperactive, right? Have a short attention span. This is not new.
They're just being a kid.
They're just being children. But the doctors, oh, that's got too much energy. Let's throw that pill at him and turn that kid into a zombie and screw them up for the rest of their lives. So that's where I'm at on that whole thing. I went way, way, way off track. But the point of this with the Supreme Court case that essentially blocked this predatory California law, parents have the right to know. If a child is exhibiting, whether you think it's artificial signs of gender dysphoria or real, authentic signs of gender dysphoria, if a child is exhibiting those traits of somebody who may be suffering from gender dysphoria, that is not to be kept secret from the parent. Even if the child says, oh my gosh, if you tell my mom's going to get really mad at me. That's not the teacher's job to make the decision not to tell the parent. And if you truly believe the student's life is in danger because of what the parent's going to do in terms of a reaction, then get the proper authorities involved. You, the teacher, are not the proper authority. Okay? Get it? These schools have social workers. You can have a meeting with the student, the parent, and a social worker, not the teacher, keeping everything a secret. My point is the parent has to be aware. Has to be aware. And California wanted to make it possible that the parent wasn't aware. That has now been struck down by the Supreme Court. And thankfully and rightfully so. Now, downstream, what happens? Downstream, what happens? Do you see other states with laws like this in place have those laws blocked and overturned as well? I hope so. I sincerely hope so. Look at that. Kimberly K in the chat. They tried to diagnose my kids with ADHD years ago and wanted to put our boys on medication. I pulled them out of school and homeschooled them. Yes. Now, that's not available to everybody. That's not available to everybody. I understand that. And if it's not available to you, and it's not an option for you, then you've got to take other measures at home to make sure that your children are quite literally not being poisoned, intellectually poisoned in school. Because that's what's going on in these public schools. Folks, this public school system is so rotten it cannot be fixed. I'm sorry. I hate to make you feel helpless. It's got to be dismantled and built again, rebuilt. That's it. And decentralized. All right. Quick break. I mean, we had a story, that there were one too many pencils in a student's desk and it became a catastrophe in public school. Right? Come on. Out of control. Absolutely out of control. What are we doing?
Good kid, too.
Public school? That's what we're making. All right. I mean, are there not bigger fish to fry? Yeah, there are. All right, let's take a quick break. Let's get to a word from our friends over at Silent, slnt.com/Sean, slnt.com/SHAWN. Silent, you know your phone is a tracking device between government agencies, big tech, corporate data brokers, and pesky cyber criminals. They're all fighting for a piece of your digital footprint, and they don't ask. They just go on and they take it. You know what happens. They just take your data. That's why Silent exists. They make Faraday gear that blocks all wireless signals, including cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, RFID, and near-field communications. You know what no signal means? It means no tracking, no remote access, and no breadcrumbs. This is the same technology that's trusted by special operations teams around the world, used to block signals, avoid surveillance, and secure communications wherever the mission leads. And right now, that is available to you to protect your family, protect your freedom, and secure your digital footprint. All you got to do is drop your phone in a Silent Faraday sleeve, and it's completely off the grid, totally silent, and invisible to the outside world. From their amazing backpacks and sleeves and crossbody, Silent's patented technology gives you control of your privacy. All you got to do is visit slnt.com/Sean, save 15%, and get free shipping on qualifying orders. That is Silent, slnt.com/SHAWN. Protect your rights, secure your data, and stay one step ahead. Got to say with me, everybody, silence the chaos. Go silent today. slnt.com/Sean, slnt.com/SHAWN, slnt.com/SHAWN. Okay, where are we at here?
We are low today.
Are we seriously low today?
After everything she can. And she's sick.
After all the antics I pulled with Jasmine Crockett, we're going to be lazy? All right, tomorrow you're going to get a zombie edition of me. That's fine.
I feel like this was such a good show.
Because you guys understand what we went through yesterday. It was nonstop all day long. I was on early this morning with Ben Dykes. We're rolling. We're doing streams, radio. All right. We're going to hold back on pressing that thumbs up button. That's fine. You all just lost Mo for the rest of the day. I don't care what we do. That's it. The hammer's coming down.
It's only 6 more minutes anyways.
That's it.
Oy.
The ruling. That's it. All right. I want to get to this one. This is in Minnesota. A Somali man, we call them bug people. The Somali man was guilty of autism fraud, pled guilty to autism fraud. Here you go.
Also today, a guilty plea in federal court connected to a multi-million-dollar autism fraud scheme in Minnesota. The defendant accused of paying kickbacks to recruit children, fake diagnoses, and bilking the Medicaid system. It is a case Lou Raguse first broke in September. He joins us with details from the newsroom. Lou?
Julie, this was a $6 million scheme run by a man who was just 22 years old when he opened this supposed autism clinic, Star Autism Center in St. Cloud. Abdi Najib Yusuf admitted that his he called them investors, brought in unqualified staff, family members as young as 18 to do medical services. And then they recruited children from Somali families to receive services in return for kickbacks, which were also paid with taxpayer money. Many of the kids didn't even have autism, but Yusuf admits they fraudulently got those diagnoses. After 4 years, Star Autism Center had racked up $6 million in reimbursements. Yusuf sent $200,000 to Kenya and spent $100,000 on a Freightliner semi. He did not say how much of the $6 million he kept for himself. Now, Yusuf is only the second suspect charged in what is believed to be a wide-ranging fraud scheme among autism centers. Both of these suspects have now pleaded guilty. In court today, though, prosecutors said that they plan to indict Yusuf's so-called investors who are involved with him on this scheme. He'll face about 5 years in prison when he eventually is sentenced, Julie.
Well, Lou, one of the most frustrating things, and there's so many, about these cases is it's $6 million and all we know he has to show for it is maybe a $100,000 semi. I mean, do we know if there's any ability to claw some of this back? That's
right. It's too early to say in this particular case, Julie, because they haven't divided up how much money each particular person is responsible for and where that money is. Is it in bank accounts? Is it in real estate? Is it anything they can actually get? We don't know that yet.
And these other people that will be indicted in this case, the so-called investors, is this a case where he maybe was a lower rung on the ladder and these are higher rungs on the ladder?
Well, they maybe knew more of what they were doing, but he was the only owner and CEO of this company that registered with the Secretary of State's office and the very same day was approved to be a provider by the Minnesota Department of Human Services.
All right. You want the money back? You take that guy and you peel his toenails off slowly until he tells you in either English or Somali where the money is. That's what you do. Sean, that's cruel and unusual. Well, so is stealing millions of dollars on fake autism stuff. That's also cruel and unusual. Are you advocating for torture? Nah, not widespread use of torture, but, in terms of this guy, yeah, you know what? Peel a few toenails. Huh?
Not widespread.
Not widespread. Peel a few toenails. It's gross. All right. Quick message on this Iran conflict, by the way. RIP, woke right, doomers, black pillars. Now, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. This is what I hope happens. And this administration, okay, I'm going to be very clear. We didn't vote for war. We didn't. Oh, it sounds like you're going to be critical. Wait, hold. We didn't vote for war. But we voted for the people who are in position right now in this administration. Should there be a war, we voted for them to lead us through it properly. I have the utmost faith in President Trump. I have the utmost faith and trust in him, in Marco Rubio, and in Pete Hegseth. The top performers of this administration in the cabinet have been Hegseth and Rubio. Period. They're the top. The other ones are doing a great job. Those two are doing the best job. So if we were going to go down this road, that's the team I want to lead us. They're humans. They can make mistakes. Very little room for error here. But the Department of War has listed its objectives. And this was on Laura Ingram's show last night on Fox. This is a CBS News poll. The Iran war and attacks and strikes have a 76% approval rating if it only lasts days or weeks. Now, the administration, I'm sure, has this data. They know you've got days or weeks. You start stretching into months, right? So Trump said 4 to 5 weeks. You start stretching that into months. Now you start getting into trouble. Days or weeks, you've got a very high approval rating. Okay? So there you go. Do it right. And I think this is the team, Trump, Rubio, Hegseth, and others. I believe this is the team that will do it right. And I hope I'm right about that. I could be wrong. I voted for, if there was a conflict, and there is, for it to be handled properly. This is the team to handle it properly. Jeremy Harrell coming up next here on rumble.com/LFA TV. We are off to join the great Michael Patrick Leahy for the Tennessee Bonus Hour on the Michael Patrick Leahy Show from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Time. And then I am back on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT today from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Will Chamberlain joining us at 4:30 in the afternoon, halfway through the show, to give us some insight and updates on Iran. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts. Hit that thumbs up button. If you're looking for the audio podcast, which we would appreciate, search for Ungoverned. Hit subscribe. It's all you got to do. It's totally free, but it's growing because of everybody's newfound subscriptions. We appreciate that. Make sure you come over here if you're listening on audio, rumble.com/LFA TV. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that follow button. We're live here every morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on rumble.com/LFA TV. As President Trump says, we will never give up, we will never give in, and we will never ever surrender. And if all else fails, we'll just become ungovernable. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this one nation. Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, rumble.com/LFA TV. Jeremy Harrell up next. Thank you for your attention to this matter.